Hey, this is Notser, and today we're taking a look at a really competitive match, which, for many of you, myself included, is a rarity at this point in ship's history. But this is not. This is a great match where both sides absolutely want it, and it goes all the way. So I hope you guys will enjoy it. I am, of course, in the Tier 10 British heavy cruiser, Goliath, and we are online. Our build is on the screen. Main armament, we've got boat propulsion and steering protection, faster turret traverse, faster rudder shift concealment, faster gun reload. As far as the commander is concerned, it's a tank build for a cruiser, which doesn't involve fire prevention. Instead, I lower the cooldowns on pretty much everything. We've got expert loader, so we can try and sneak in an AP, which is something that will desperately be required on the Goliath. I highly recommend expert loader as soon as possible on a lot of these British heavies. They just take too long to reload, and their AP isn't impactful enough to lose a salvo stuck on AP when your opponent has angle. So you really need to be able to fit it in before the opponent can react, and hopefully we'll showcase some of that in this match. Now the east side, a lot of stuff's going on. Kleber gets detonated by Shima. Man, that Shima must feel so lucky. But then a Thunderer kills our Moskva, so I don't know that it's, in fact, a fair trade. We're going to try and gain a little bit more from that trade, because I would have liked the Kleber just to be dead and not lose the teammate. This enemy gearing, feeling pretty lucky, I have to say. And honestly, I feel very lucky because I just took a shot, and every single opponent is behind an island. So they have no idea I'm actually in this position still, which is shocking to me, considering where I am. But that's one of the great things about ships, is the maps themselves have geometry that you can manipulate to prevent the enemy from knowing exactly where you are located, and we are very aware of that, Yamato. But the gearing, he's hiding behind the island thinking that he is completely safe, and oh, of course, that's why he thought he was completely safe. He sent torpedoes, and the torpedoes are definitely going to clip us. Only one, and it sets up a perfect broadside to the Yamato. This couldn't possibly be any worse. There are moments in every game where I just go, boy, I could just die right now. And thankfully, the Shima that was spotting is actually denying the spot, and the Yamato is in his smoke. He can't see me. So I am free to stay perfectly broadside as I'm working to angle against this, hoping, please don't shoot at me. Yeah, his guns are definitely looking at me. But we fire off an AP salvo, hoping to get a good salvo on this target. I get 56. He gets 11,000. But we have the super heal. He does not. So the recovery of the AP damage is more realistic than even the Yamato. Yamato is really going to love putting out fires and flood, but he's not going to recover as much to direct AP damage, which is something that the Goliath and the British heavies and the British battleships all get to share. This idea that they can recover from almost any source of damage a significant amount. Now, we obviously get a little bit of free damage on the Yamato as he's trying to go around the island, and I'm definitely going to assume that he's going to look directly at us, and yeah, he certainly is looking directly at us. But firing HE is definitely the way to go for the Brits, unless you get that Citadel Brown. Their HE is so rewarding, the fire chance, all that stuff, and oh, please, minimal damage, maximum damage. Oh, okay, well, let's use one of those super heals, because if we don't, we're dead. Obviously, aimed AP, did 6k. See, for all the gains that we get in AP, we lose out on the ricochets and the overpins, where the HE wouldn't. And we also lose out on fires, which obviously AP doesn't. But enemy Yamato, he's trying to sneak behind the island. In fact, he does sneak behind the island, but he burns down to the Zhao, and wow, this is not the way I wanted to start this game. The enemy team has A, B, and C, which of course is the first sign of a horrible blowout. The second sign is the lack of friendly ships. I don't know what's going on the east side. Everyone's getting knocked out. There's only 2 DDs on that side, and they're retreating off of the flank. I don't blame them, but this is really dire. This is all of those blowouts, and I'm looking at it square in the face in probably the worst ship for recovering from this, because my only option is to outlast. So somehow we're going to have to draw this out. And how do you draw out 3 bases and your teammates are constantly dying? Well, you've got to just throw your health at something. And I'm going to try and work myself over towards A point. Obviously, aircraft carrier, picking on a DD, you know, it's like water that's wet, grass that's green, skies that's blue. It's guaranteed that someone somewhere is going to go after your DD, and if I can give a little bit of AA, sure, that's good, that's fine. That's not my goal. My goal is a broadside Des Moines. Now, come on, Des Moines, take the AP, go to the bottom, give us some momentum, and this might actually work. Not exactly the kind of damage, but we did get a Citadel. Granted, if I would have just loaded HE and went Superstructure, I probably could have matched the HE damage with the AP damage that I ended up doing, because, you know, 12 234s, they do pretty good damage. And the follow-up AP. Don't get baited in like I just did. I've reiterated this before with the Goliath, and I will continuously reiterate it. Don't try and double AP back-to-back. You have such a long reload that even the lowest of skilled have plenty of time to decide to angle, even accidentally, to make this AP, which is mediocre at best, effective. It's not going to be very effective because of all that. So just stick with HE unless you get the perfect broadside, and that's what expert loader's for. So the enemy Des Moines, he's moving off. He should be dead already though, and we're 3 kills away from the game being over in favor of the enemy, and they're already up to 600 points. So we just have to make this happen. We also have to capture this base. If we're able to do this, we're going to give our team something to claw back from, but we do need the kill. Enemy Des Moines taken out. Nice. Capture base. I am taking damage, I believe, from the enemy Zal that was last spotted south of B. And yeah, he's pretty much there. But he can't stop this because now we're behind the smoke island and the capture is done just before that HE actually made contact. Good. So now that we've stopped the complete destruction, let's try and assess what's going on. East side, well, it's dead, pretty much. There's one friendly that's north, but the enemy is actually crashing down and trying to box us in. Oh, it's great to see that the Kaaba burns down. We are not going in the right direction still. We've got to try and slow this bleed faster than we're actually doing it. And, you know, I'm thinking maybe the Hindenburg, he is out in the open. He is kind of close. Something, probably the DD is firing in that smoke. And he's not doing a lot of damage, but he's just being annoying. And I don't want to give him the satisfaction of being annoying, so I'm going to try and sail away. One of the great techniques that you have to incorporate. Just sailing away from the closest threat really makes it difficult for them to continue to kill you. And oh, what is this? The Shima! He is in the open. If we can get this kill, this will be such a big kill. He shouldn't be seen. He should be hidden the entire time. He's not going to give us a lot of chances, so I just take a shot. If you land the shot, you're a hero. If you miss the shot, no one remembers. So just take it. Friendly Harugabo gets the kill on the guy. Awesome job. We really need that kill. The enemy only has 1 DD left, so that is a situation that is developing rapidly for them. While all this is going on, of course, aircraft carrier picking on us. They always pick on everyone. This enemy Hindenburg knows that I basically have to show a broadside to him, nearly, and I'm trying to minimize the angle that I'm giving him so he can't take full advantage of it. And of course, while that's going on, the aircraft carrier sets up a beautiful cross drop that makes me take 2 torps, but doesn't cause a flood. So we can continue firing on this Hinden. Good location of a HE shell. Take him out. We get our consumable expert activation with Andrew Cunningham. Really love Andrew Cunningham on my Goliath. 2 to 3 of his passives proc nearly every game. And having an extra super heal is such a huge, huge benefit. So, now we have matched the enemy team for ships. Unfortunately, it took us 500 points to do that, while the enemy had those 3 bases. So, it's going to be a really tough challenge, and what is the Shima doing? He is so brazen. I'm firing on the Smolensk trying to get free damage, knowing full well that the Smolensk is trying to also fire on us. We're using the island, that's blocking line of sight very effectively, and I love incorporating this in play. This helps you so much. If you just scrape along an island, sort of like a screen, you can do something where the opponent cannot. And it's great for limiting line of sight and all that stuff. And what is the Shima doing, man? He is way too close. We set fire to him. He puts the fire out, but we have such great rate of fire, and he's dealing with avoiding. If we happen to set another fire, you cannot hide anymore. You are actually spotted now, bro. And I have really good damage from both angles. And we set another fire. The Shima is dead. And he was a full life. He dies. So does the Smolensk. And oh no, the enemy team. Is this going to be the throw that they're trying to do? We'll see. Harugamo is incredibly close to the Zhao. And the Zhao, of course, matches. As this game has been the entire time. Every single good thing we do, the enemy team seems to match it. And it wouldn't have been a big deal if it wasn't for the 3 bases that they got for free. I mean, come on. Contest. So, we're moving over towards the center of the map. There is some Colbert south of A point, but I don't know his exact location. And this Zhao, who was picking on, he is shaping up to possibly be broadside for me. So, I'm considering swapping to AP to take advantage of that. He is sort of swim moving left to right, possibly in reaction to the friendly aircraft carrier, of course, attacking him. So I am further considering, let's, stick with HE. It's going to do consistent damage. If he's perfectly broadside, we don't know that. He does end up going right of the island. We catch just a little bit, 2 fires. How do you get 2 fires on the butt? But we do. We get 2 fires on him, which will absolutely force damage control. And it doesn't matter what we do now. As long as we don't die, this guy is basically dead. Because he's going to be relit on fire by us. Or the attack rockets that, friendly reminder that aircraft carriers are in the match. The Zhao is trying, hoping that he will be able to dodge. Of course he can't. All he's got to do is just survive. While that's going on, Colbert, you can kind of hear the rain of fire behind us. Yeah, just keep running. Just keep swimming. Please leave me alone. We do end up getting a broadside. Yes, it was a broadside. So that Zhao, in a reaction to avoiding incoming damage, actually made it easier for me to maximize my damage. He needed to be thin and aggressive in moving away from me, similar to what I was going for against the Colbert. It's the best way to honestly mitigate damage is just moving away from them in this game. It really is. It's the simplest thing, and yet, it nearly every time it will drag out the situation and possibly give you a chance. And oh man, this sucks for the Shima so much. He is so low. I am desperately trying to help him out with this aircraft carrier, but he is on approach. It would need to be a miracle for him to... Wow, that was a miracle. A single rocket could have hit him. The RNG and the position worked out where none of them hit him, but he is coming around for a second pass, and we are desperately... He actually couldn't turn in quick enough. He somehow is unable to kill the Shima because of that first flub. The second one is giving us a chance to get his broadside. Colbert is trying to capture A point, which he's going to, but we've contested B, and we have the aircraft carrier right in front of us. How long the Shima survives? Well, we know it's not going to be that long. He really needs to hide in smoke and run away. Otherwise, he's just going to die to an aircraft carrier, dive bomb, or attack rocket. And the dive bomb is on approach, probably because he knows we're here. And he definitely is going to change his drop. Did he land it on the Shima? What the heck happened there? But it doesn't matter because the Shima is sailing directly towards the Colbert, which has line of sight. So even if the aircraft carrier doesn't kill him, he's going to die in the Colbert. Make it easy for them, right, guys? Huge mistake by the Shima. He should have been sailing away, forcing the aircraft carrier to try and kill him. He didn't, and once again, the game shows, you know what? It's never over until it's actually over because both sides are going to try so desperately to lose. But we do have the aircraft carrier, and he's not getting out of this. He is absolutely not getting out of this. I did end up using my heal because I felt like the time that I have left in this match, I wasn't going to get that much absorption. We do get pretty lucky that we don't get a fire there. 30 seconds before we could put it out. But we are absolutely running away from the Colbert. That's literally what I'm doing. I'm just sailing away from it, making it the hardest possible kill, while this not-so-innocent midway is stuck bow tanking my HE. And enemy air incoming, of course. The dive bomb does look like he's coming towards us. The enemy actually has to deal with smoke, which is something I didn't realize was in the area until I actually sailed through it. But we just have to deal with the dive bomb. If I could do it all over again, probably would have just stuck myself inside the smoke. As it goes, well, we're getting bombed. And it's for 6k plus a fire, but thankfully that damage control just came off a cooldown, and we're able to put it out before it did too much damage. And this is just shoot the target and kill him. He can't escape, he can't hide. He's going to die, but, you know, as this is going on, I noticed that there's more HE shells incoming to the midway, and for whatever reason, the Shima is openly firing outside of his smoke in line of sight of the Colbert, and he takes the midway kill, because of course, and he dies to the Colbert. What is it with you Shimakaze players? Why do you have to be in harm's way? Couldn't you just outplay the situation? Stay in the smoke, let me spot, fire from it, let me kill the midway, make sure the aircraft are dead, and then leave? I don't get it. I don't get it. Everyone's trying to throw this game, clearly. Every single person. And it's down to one on the enemy team. He isn't healthy, of course, the Colbert. But the enemy still has points advantage. We have 2 minutes. So, you know, if he gets a couple good salvos on us, maybe we die. Maybe we don't. But, gosh, it shouldn't have been this close. We should have had an extra ship alive, at least 2. You guys saw it in the last, 3 minutes in this game. They just want to kill themselves. So I'm just trying to sail very intelligently towards the Colbert to work him down. I realize we're going to win the game if I just run away. But if I play this correctly, I should be able to safely do this without losing too much. We don't have our heal. We did end up using it, but we do have damage control. So, you know, worst case, he sets us on fire and we put the fire out. But the aircraft from the midway is still up detecting us, so I was definitely annoyed by that fact. And he was getting some free spotting. He switches to AP for some reason. I don't really know why. Maybe he expected me to brazenly go broadside, but if I just maintain good angle and fire one HE salvo and then angle back towards the AP, he literally can't do anything, and he's dead. So just like that, we somehow come back from being down 3 basins and 3 ships. It took the entire game, but we didn't. And even at the very end, our teammate was still trying to lose it. But man, this was an outstanding game from my point of view. I loved being able to be just such a force. Look at the force. 2 base captures, 3,056 base XP, 4 kills, 16 aircraft shot down, and we needed every single point because our teammates were not making it easy on us. Sailing into the opponent, all the Shimas in this game were basically sailing directly towards their opposition and dying to them with their faces. Weird. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to check out more of my content, you can click the most recent or the most relevant uploads. You could also choose to subscribe to my channel. We do daily waters videos, first impression, how-to, news, and review related. My North American recruit invite is on the screen. You can take advantage of that. I stream at twitch.tv/Notser. Thank you, have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you next time.